Hi, you all. Looks like I'm live. Happy to be here. You can see I'm in a slightly different setup. I'm actually at a conference right now, and I thought I would take advantage of this quick break to come in and answer some questions that you had. So, we had a wonderful webinar earlier this week over, I think, about 500 church leaders from across the country came to this webinar, and it was fantastic. I got a chance to talk with you all about getting ready for 2025. And I'm excited to also share a bit more and answer your questions about Faithful Foundations membership. So I'm just going to dive right in. I am thrilled that, over 20 years, I've been able to serve churches and denominations, and I absolutely love it. I saw, though, time after time after time, that so many organizations couldn't access the needed services. The truth of the matter is, legal services are not cheap to access, particularly when you have someone with a high specialization, and legal fees are just not cheap. So I was noticing that something like 98% of churches don't have in-house legal counsel, and I can't say I'm super surprised by that. Again, it can often be cost prohibitive since it's several hundred thousands of dollars. So $300,000 to $400,000, I think, is the average. So I know that that's just not an accessible price point for most churches. So what is Faithful Foundation? So let me just answer that question first of all. It's designed for churches seeking to operate in integrity, but lacking in-house legal counsel. Again, we know that only like 1% and 2% of churches actually have in-house legal counsel. So what do the rest of churches do, right? We don't want you Googling around or just trying to maybe borrow insights from others. Really, it needs to be insights that are somewhat tailored to your situation. So without a dedicated attorney on staff, it's often a volunteer who probably doesn't have insight specifically in church law. They might operate in some other field, like maybe criminal defense or family law or something like that. So the membership provides a supportive community, a place where we get to discuss really challenging matters that can be unique to churches. Also, we know that the IRS recently published that they are going to be focused on churches and other tax-exempt organizations in 2025, specifically around some of these issues that we talk about in the membership. So things like, how do you decide compensation? How do you determine clergy compensation? How do you know that you're actually setting compensation practices correctly? Good to see you all here. I see some folks jumping in. And if you have additional questions, you can certainly drop them in the comments and I'll try to get to them. So every church, no matter what the size is, no matter where you are, is required to operate in compliance. But how can you do that if you don't know the legal rules, if you're not aware of the changes in the law? And we know that the law says ignorance of the law is no excuse, right? It's kind of one of the big reasons why I want to be an attorney. I could see that it impacted so many areas, but it was also seems kind of unfair because it's like only these people who go to undergrad for 4 years and then law school for 3 years and then practice for all these years actually know what the rules are. And that's usually in some very specific area, some specialized area, right? See the sunlight's coming in and out. So let me just answer some of your questions that you've asked about the membership. Who is the membership for? Great question. The membership is for every single church. It's for every church. And it's set at a price point that it's accessible to every church. We made a point to make opportunities for the membership to be available if you want to pay for it annually. You actually get a discount if you pay annually. But if you decide that you want to just pay monthly, it's at a very accessible price point. So you can do that. So it's for churches and specifically for church leaders. I will say, though, we have people in the membership who are on church boards, and they just said, I want to make sure I understand what the rules are related to operating on a church board, because I feel like I've never really gotten training, and I don't want to make any errors that could be harmful to me or harmful to my church. So if you're a pastor, if you're an executive pastor, if you serve on a church board, if you're on the finance committee, we have a lot of people from the finance committee who are in the membership. If you are in a leadership role or you strive to be in a leadership role for church, Faithful Foundations membership is for you. Another question that I get is, how long is the membership? So the duration is 12 months. Each month covers a different topic. And I want to make sure that we include some comments from some of the leaders who are already in the membership. It's really just so heartwarming to see them involved, connecting with each other, having conversation. One person in the membership just posted, I think yesterday, he said, we went over our bylaws and I met with my pastor and we are making these changes and they are making progress. That's the whole point, that you have these bite-sized things that you do every month. You get a video from me every month on a different topic, and I walk you through what it looks like to operate in compliance sequentially, right? You are going through this step-by-step with me. I'm going through this step-by-step with you. And when you get the all access pass, if you have questions, we have a live Q&A monthly. So you just bring them to the live Q&A and I answer your questions. It's an incredible environment. It's a safe space. And I absolutely love having the members there. We'd love to have you. So again, the content is going to cover different operational topics that are specifically relevant to churches around legal compliance, tax information, etc. This setup ensures that churches receive regular, specialized information and have the opportunity to engage with experts and resolve issues that you might be experiencing. So the reality is that we address key issues like lack of legal expertise. So it provides access to legal and operational information, which is crucial since many churches, as I said, lack a dedicated legal staff, and that's understandable. Knowledge gaps, we address that because it offers a structured monthly topics and in these regular videos to fill knowledge gaps so that church leaders are informed about important legal operational matters and not just getting information for information's sake. You'll know how to make the necessary adjustments to try to ensure that your church is out of harm's way. You as a leader are out of harm's way and your congregation is out of harm's way. Also, accessibility to resources. I provided everyone in the membership, they got a sample meeting minutes because there's certain requirements that you want to make sure that when you're having your regular board meetings that you have properly organized meeting minutes. That you will not believe how often in litigation the issue of meeting minutes comes up. Well, everybody in the membership got a sample so that they can take it and use it for their churches. And then there's just integrity and compliance, helping churches operate with integrity and understanding best practices. We have people from all over the nation and organizations that may be a part of denominations or may be independent, but it's a great environment for you to be in. And so I wanted to answer those questions, and we're going to drop a link below so that you can learn more. Go to erikacole.com. That's ERIKACOLE.com. Go to Faithful Foundations membership, gather the information, get on the waiting list. That's really the action that you want to take today. Get on the waiting list if you're not there. Again, erikacole.com. Looking forward to seeing you in the membership. Bye.